Hi guys, it's 15th of May and we've just come back from another couple of days away in the van down on the Fylde course, so Fleetwood and Lytham, St Anne's and Lytham. Very nice, really enjoyed it. And already again in a couple of days I can notice, those peas must have grown 4 or 5 inches. Everything's grown, as indeed has this spinach. So you can see I'm just going to harvest this now. We'll have some for tea and I'll freeze the rest, cook it off. And I'm decided, I think, probably maybe not today, but certainly tomorrow, I'm going to remove those spring onions. My mate will take those actually, and then I can get all the sprinklers put back in position, get the system going, and absolutely saturate this soil. It's bone dry, so I want it really, really saturated, and then I can get the tomatoes, the peppers and the basil in, and get the canes in and everything, get that set up. So get that going. And in the last video I was talking about, I had quite a lot of problems with seed germination, in particular French beans, dwarf French beans. So I've actually chitted some more, every one but 2 fired, put a root out. So what I've done this time is I've just planted them straight in the soil here, in the compost. When the sun goes off I'll really soak it, because again it's very dry, but they've got a big root on them, so hopefully they'll come through. And then if I just show you, so these were I had 6 courgette seeds. The last one when I came back had put a root out, so I've just potted that up. You can see all these 5 are coming through now, and I don't know whether you can make that out, but these are the French beans that I chitted, and they're just sort of starting to come through. I've got some more in this bit here, so between those and the ones that I've just put directly in the bed, there should be enough to sort of fill the bed. But it's that hot and dry, I'm going to having to water these seed trays 2 or 3 times a day, but they're doing alright. The cabbage are doing okay. I've got some coriander, really probably can go out actually, as can this bit over here. So, and then I think I'll pot that parsley up. And wow, those asparagus that I potted up, look at those, they're really going for it. And then these primo cabbage, and there's a kale here, surplus. They can all go down to the orchard and where the spuds are. I've got room for those down there, so next few days I'll get those planted out. Alright guys, it's the 16th of May and I've been busy this morning setting the greenhouse out, getting it planted up. So see, I've got in the basil just either side of the path. Then we've got Crimson Crush tomatoes, there's 9 plants in all, and then on the back of each bed I put the bell peppers. I think it's California Wonder or something like that. There was 12 of those, and I've got just 1 basil I've left in a pot. It's just a single plant came up, so I'm going to keep that as a spare as long as I can. Might take it in the house or something. I've taken the shelf down, just to make a bit of extra room. I do that every year, and then every back end when it's clean I just put it back again. It's just on wing nuts and bolts, so it's pretty easy. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased to have got that done. I've had the sprinklers on all night from about 7:30 last night to about 9:30 this morning or thereabouts. So the soil, the compost soil, is well saturated, and I put in some eggshell fertiliser, some bone meal, and I didn't put NPK in just yet, it's a bit early. So yeah, I think it was just bone meal and eggshell fertiliser, but I will be putting some oh yeah, Epsom salts, that's right, I knew there was something else. And then I think I've got a bit of calcified seaweed later on, I'll put that in. and just keep my eye on the Epsom salts. You know, it's good to give them a little pinch of that every now and again for the magnesium. But happy days. Well, I'm back on the micro orchard, and I was down here yesterday doing a few jobs, including I had a fire because everything's so dry. It went up a real tree, so there's quite a good quantity of ash. This drum feels still fairly warm. Anyway, what I'm going to do is tip that into a wheelbarrow, and then we'll see what we've got, and then put it back onto the garden. Okay, so not as much as I thought, about a quarter of a bucket full, but nonetheless full of valuable potash. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm just going to sprinkle it along underneath this trellis, which is where my cheeky curie squash are going to go, and plant them out in probably end of the month, I guess. Alright, so I've got it along there and a little bit along here. I'm pretty sure, as I say, that's where courgettes are going, so that should do some good. The other thing I've been noticing is looking at the fruit set. I'm hoping you can see that. It's looking pretty good. You see, I've been looking very good actually. I mean, this is an old tree, there's lots of dead wood in it, I inherited it, but I've kept it going. If I was to say how old is it, I would have a guess at 40 years old, I guess. But there's some really good looking fruit set here. Obviously it's going to have to be thinned after the June drop. I've got videos on that, so I'll put them up somewhere, but I'm pretty pleased with that. You're not going to be able to grumble at that. So there's actually 3 varieties now on this tree: Concord, Conference, and I'm always forgetting the name of the last one. It'll come back to me. Anyway, let's have a look at the Concord. So it's looking pretty good. Some of the trusses pretty nice, and this one is Conference. Again, I can see quite a lot of pears going around the trusses, so that's looking all good. And the other variety, which I still can't think of the name, is just here. So here it's got 2 fruits on that 3rd variety, so I'm really looking. I hope those stay on because I really want to taste it, see what it's like. Now, in terms of the apples, it's a bit early yet to determine. I mean, that one I mentioned previously was the last one to blossom. It's now May the 17th. That's just in full blossom now. That one over there, I don't know if you can make it out, is Kingston Black, which I grafted on to another variety. That's in blossom as well. It's quite late. But this was an early one, Laxton's Fortune. And look at this. Absolute masses of fruit. So again, they're going to have to be heavily thinned. I was down yesterday, I noticed that the elephant garlic has thrown scapes up, so I'm going to cut those out. There's one there, look, just coming in. And I also noticed, to my delight, I thought I had one asparagus missing, but here it is, it's come back. So all that row has survived, and now in its second, well, they were 1-year-old crowns, so they're actually now in their 3rd season. So from next year we should be able to start harvesting them. Alright guys, it's the 25th of May. Bit of a change in the weather. We've obviously had quite a bit of rain, which is welcome, to be honest. Things we've definitely needed rain, that's for sure, but we've got these strong winds come back, which I do not like. They can be quite destructive this time of year. Anyhow, so just a quick update. I planted out, these are the dwarf French beans. I think they're Pongos actually, from Bill and Val originally. So these were the ones that I chitted and then potted them on in those little CD modules, and they've done really well. I did some more chitted ones and I just sort of put them in the ground. Now I've had a bit of a problem with blackbirds coming in and flicking the soil around, and they've been grubbing the seeds out. But you can see that some are coming through, so I don't know how many we'll get. So I've just put another 12 beans to chit in case I lose some here, and I've just got another row and a couple to put in here, and then this bed will be full. You can get that out just there. The peas are flowering now. Brassicas are looking really well, and they'll have enjoyed the rain. I've got my stew on onions fully thin now, just down to 2 to a position, if you will. So I'll let them grow on to mature into bulbs. The others we've just been eating as spring onions. Sorry about the wind noise. Talking of which, look at these spring onions now. I mean, they're looking really, really good. That's White Lisbon. So we'll be pulling those any time now. Lollo Rosso still going strong, no problem at all. Should be going for quite a few numbers of weeks yet. The spinach, I harvested a bunch of that yesterday, and I was just having a look at it before. You can see there's a seed, it's just going to seed now. Little seed head there. So that'll be coming out. So all's looking well. In fact, they've grown really well since, I can't remember when it was now when I planted them out, not that long ago, a couple of weeks maybe. And I've had the sprinkler system on about every 3 to 4 days. I just leave it on for 4 or 5 hours at night time, you know. All that chard, it's starting to go to seed now, so I'll pull all that out. And I've just been watering these Ichikikuri squash from underneath with a little bit of plant food in, because they look just a little bit starved. But I'm just going to delay putting those out, say, because this strong wind and that might be damaging, so I'm just going to hold back for another week or so. But then they'll be going down the micro orchard. And also I lifted the garlic this morning. I might have been just a little bit late, to say the skin's just started to break there. I'm not sure if that's a real problem or not, to be honest. I'm not an expert with garlic, but it's not bad. I mean, some of it's reasonable, some of it's not very. That's it for this one, guys. I do apologise about the wind noise. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.